We're on Unit C, Environmental Chemistry for 2012 Practice PAT. This question has a big chart in it, so we're going to take a look at that after we look for what the question is. Okay, so blah, 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 controlled variables. 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. Okay, so we need to see what the controlled variables are in this experiment. Okay, so let's take a look at the chart. We have a death rate for mosquitoes after they're exposed to different concentrations of a particular pesticide, pesticide X. Okay, so there's only one kind of pesticide here, so that's not being changed. That would be a controlled variable. Okay, the death rate after exposure to pesticides, that looks like it's changing. Okay, so that one's going to be a responding variable, and the concentration of the pesticide is what we're changing on purpose for the purposes of this experiment. So this would be our manipulated variable, and that's where we always put things on the x-axis is the manipulated variable, and the responding variable is what is on the y-axis. So manipulated variable, responding variable. And now let's take a look at the questions here. So the type of pesticide, we said, okay, that's going to be the same. So that's a controlled variable. So we'll circle that. Pesticide concentration, no, that's what we're changing. The death rate of the mosquitoes, that's a responding variable, so it's not that one. And then the method of pesticide application is going to be the same for all of them because it didn't say anything about that. Okay, so controlled, manipulated, responding, controlled. So 1 and 4 are our controlled variables. 1 and 4, B. Number 24, it has something about lipids, proteins, trace elements, and macronutrients. So let's take a look at our chart. Okay, this bubble has essential organic nutrients. Okay, so everything we need to eat and survive. This is making me think of section 1.3. Organic nutrients, 1, 2, and 3. So when we learn these, we usually learn carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and then we have our vitamins and minerals and micronutrients. So these would be macronutrients and micronutrients. Let's see if that's what lines up here. Okay, so organic nutrient 1, used as structural molecules. Okay, that's usually proteins. I think they put these backwards on purpose. And over here we have natural oils and stored as fat. That's going to be lipids. Used as energy for metabolism. That's our carbohydrates. Okay, so they put them backwards. Sneaky question writers. We have, so carbs, lipids, fats. Let's see what the question's asking for here. Which one fits in space 2? Lipids. There you go. If they had asked 1, we would have said B. Trace elements isn't done here, and macronutrient is all of them, so it has to be A. Okay, looking at this question, number 25, anytime you see the word mercury, chances are it has something to do with bioaccumulation. Let's see if that's in there. Oh, look, it is. Okay, but we should probably read the question just to make sure. So, as the researcher determines that the mercury levels in a river decrease as the water flows downstream from a factory. The decrease in mercury levels is most likely the result of what? Okay, so they have gone down. Good thing we read the question, right? We didn't just jump to mercury being bioaccumulation because it's asking about how the levels decrease. Okay, so as there gets to be more water, it is actually being diluted. Okay, so that would be very easy to jump to conclusions and pick bioaccumulation, but it's actually dilution for this question. Why not neutralization? Has nothing to do with acids and bases. Biodegradation has to do with biodegradable, and we know mercury doesn't break down naturally in the environment, so it's not that one. Okay, so they put this one on here, hoping you would just jump to that when you see mercury. But actually reading the question, you see that it's actually dilution.